Imagine this tomorrow morning. You wake up and every dating app on Earth has disappeared. No Tinder, no Bumble, no Instagram, no WhatsApp, no profile pictures, no last seen, no texting your crush at 2 a.m. because your brain suddenly decided this is a fantastic idea. Today we have endless social platforms. But how did ancient humans find love 10,000 years ago? Hey, my name is Ponder, and I ponder way too much about why our brain treats tomorrow like another person. And apparently why it also thinks one unread message is a full-blown survival crisis. If you're someone who thinks future me will finally become confident enough to ask someone out, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you understand your wonderfully weird brain. Because by the end of this video, you'll discover 4 ancient rules of attraction. Rules that decided who found love 10,000 years ago. And believe it or not, still influences who we fall for today. So, let's go back in time. Imagine waking up 10,000 years ago. The sun is your alarm. Smoke rises from last night's fire. Hunters prepare their spears. Gatherers weave baskets. Children run through the camp. Around you, a tribe of about 80 people begins another day of survival. No phones, no dating apps, just real people, living real lives. And then, across the camp, someone catches your eye. Maybe they're laughing. Maybe they're helping an elder. Maybe they're simply smiling. Your heart beats a little faster. You look away, then look back. That feeling? The butterflies, the curiosity, the excitement. That's one of the oldest human emotions ever to exist. While we lack direct records from 10,000 years ago, we piece together the past using archaeological evidence skeletons, DNA, and tools alongside research into hunter-gatherer societies. So whenever I tell a story in this video, think of it as the most likely reconstruction based on anthropology and evolutionary psychology. Not as something we know word for word, because understanding history also means understanding its limits. But here's the question that fascinates me most. When did humans stop looking at each other as just members of the tribe and start thinking, I hope they're waiting for me by the fire tonight? Seriously, think about it. There wasn't a day when someone invented dating. There wasn't a cave meeting where everyone voted. All right, everyone, from tomorrow we're calling it, romance. Love didn't suddenly appear. It evolved, slowly, quietly, over thousands of generations. At first, humans stayed together because surviving alone was incredibly difficult. One person gathered food, another hunted. Someone knew where fresh water was. Someone watched the children. Someone spotted danger before everyone else. Researchers believe that one of humanity's greatest evolutionary advantages wasn't sharper teeth or bigger muscles. It was cooperation. And because human babies need care for many years, far longer than most other mammals, forming long-term partnerships dramatically increased a child's chances of surviving. In other words, finding a partner wasn't just about romance. It was one of the smartest survival strategies our species ever developed. But here's where things get really interesting. There were no flowers, no jewelry stores, no expensive restaurants, and definitely no dating apps. How did someone actually show they liked another person? Did they give gifts, dance around the fire, tell stories, show off their hunting skills? Or was ancient flirting something completely different from what we imagine? The answer might completely change the way you think about attraction today. Let's find out. So, if there were no dating apps, no pickup lines, no, hey, you up messages, how did someone actually say, I like you? Look, here's the thing. The word dating didn't exist 10,000 years ago. There were no candlelight dinners, no bouquets, no expensive gifts. But there was something far more important. Courtship, the process of showing someone, you can trust me. And that's where things get really interesting. Imagine you're a young hunter. You've been walking through the forest for hours. You're hungry, exhausted. Finally, you catch a rabbit. Now you have a choice. Eat it yourself, or walk over to someone you've secretly admired and offer them the first piece. To us, that seems like kindness. To an ancient human, that was a powerful message. If times get tough, I'll still choose you. Anthropologists believe that food sharing was one of the strongest signals of cooperation and long-term commitment in early human societies. Because sharing food wasn't just generous. It was expensive. You were giving away something you desperately needed. And costly signals are the hardest to fake. But here's something even more surprising. Imagine another evening. The hunt is over. The tribe gathers around the fire. One person begins telling a story. Everyone laughs. Children move closer. Even the elders are smiling. Now ask yourself, why would storytelling make someone attractive? Because stories reveal intelligence. Humor reduces stress, and making people laugh tells the tribe something important. Life is safer when this person is around. Funny enough, modern psychology still finds humor to be one of the most attractive qualities in a long-term partner. Different century, same human brain. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Ponder, but surely muscles mattered more than personality? Of course, physical strength mattered. Life was dangerous. Healthy people were more likely to survive. But strength alone wasn't enough. Let's imagine two hunters. Hunter A brings back the biggest deer, keeps every piece for himself, brags about it for 3 days, acts like he's the king of the valley. Hunter B brings back a smaller animal, but makes sure everyone, especially the children, eats first. He helps repair another hunter's spear. He quietly checks on an injured elder. He never tells people he's valuable. His actions do. Now, who do you think the tribe would rather depend on? Exactly. Ancient attraction wasn't asking, who's the strongest? It was asking, who helps the tribe survive? And here's the crazy part. Your brain still works that way today. We call it kindness, reliability, emotional maturity, trustworthiness. Different words, same ancient software. This is where most people get attraction completely wrong. They think confidence means talking the loudest, showing off, trying to impress everyone. But confidence in a prehistoric tribe looked very different. It meant staying calm when everyone else panicked, keeping your promises, helping without expecting applause, being someone people could rely on. Because in a world where one mistake could cost lives, trust was more valuable than ego. Here's what most people don't realize. Your reputation was your profile. There were no filters, no perfectly edited pictures, no bio saying, adventure lover, dog person, gym addict. Everyone already knew who you were. If you were selfish, the tribe knew. If you lied, the tribe remembered. If you helped others, the tribe noticed. You couldn't build attraction with an image. You built it with your actions. And maybe that's why modern dating sometimes feels so confusing. We've become incredibly good at creating first impressions, but not always great at building lasting ones. Because while technology has changed, the brain choosing a partner has barely changed at all. But then something happened, something our ancestors never had to deal with: unlimited choice. And that single change may have completely rewritten the way we experience love today. So, we've traveled 10,000 years into the past. We've seen how our ancestors probably found partners. But here's the real question. What can we actually learn from them today? Because let's be honest, most of us aren't hunting deer anymore. We're just hunting for someone who'll text back. Look, technology has changed. Human nature hasn't. And that's why 4 ancient rules of attraction still work today. Let's find out. Rule number 1. Be reliable, not just impressive. Imagine 2 people. One makes big promises, but never follows through. The other quietly shows up. Every single time. Who would you trust? Exactly. Ancient humans didn't choose partners based on who talked the loudest. They chose people they could depend on. Today, reliability looks like keeping your word, being on time, remembering the little things, showing up when it matters. Trust is still the most attractive trait. Rule number 2. Contribute more than you consume. Remember our 2 hunters? One kept everything for himself. The other shared what he had with the tribe. Who would people want beside them? The generous one. Because generosity wasn't just kindness. It meant survival. Today, generosity isn't about buying expensive gifts. It's about giving your time, your attention, your support. People remember how you make their lives easier, not how much money you spend. Rule number 3. Build real confidence. Here's what most people get wrong. Confidence isn't pretending to be fearless. Ancient humans became confident because they were useful. They learned skills, solved problems, protected others. Confidence was earned, and it still is. Instead of trying to look confident, become competent. Learn, improve, grow. Real confidence always follows real ability. Build your reputation every day. 10,000 years ago, there were no profile pictures, no bios, no filters. Your reputation was your profile. People judged you by your actions. And honestly, they still do. The kindest person in the room doesn't have to announce it. Everyone already knows. Your habits, your character, the way you treat people. That's your real profile. So maybe the biggest dating advice from 10,000 years ago isn't find the perfect partner. It's become the kind of person someone would feel safe building a life with. Because that's what our ancestors were really looking for. Not perfection, not status, Not the funniest joke. Someone they could trust when life became difficult. And deep down, that's what we're still looking for today. If this video changed the way you think about love, psychology, and human behavior, hit that like button. And if you're curious about the hidden psychology behind history, habits, and the strange glitches inside the human mind, subscribe to Beyond Every Answer. I'm Ponder. And remember, technology evolves. Human nature doesn't. I'll see you in the next one.